guys, welcome back and happy Valentine's Day to you all. And this is because it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to do you a little heart pour and a red heart pour. So there you go, because it's Valentine's Day. So what I've done is I've got my Druzy insert that I've made in a heart shape, and I've put it into this silicone mold, which is a little bit bigger than my Druzy insert. I just saw a speck of dust in there. I haven't actually cleaned this one. Let me get my tape. So yeah, I have previously made a video on how to make your own crushed glass. So I made this last night, and I just let it sit out on a piece of paper towel to dry out. So it's all ready to use today. I'll see if I can find the video and link it for you, but if not, it will just be further down in my video list. Righto, so what I did, I'll go through it really quickly. What I did was, to get this crushed glass, I used this. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I tried once and someone said, oh, you pronounced it wrong. That's the bad word. So anyway, I'm not pronouncing it. It's crushed glass. It's from IKEA, but I just got it on eBay. There's lots of different colors too, but I wanted red. So what I did was I poured some in here. I added a good squirt. Now I've got some dropped in there. I added a good squirt of the Pinata chili pepper. Initially I did first do, I think it was called sangria, and I made this, but see, it's a lot more sort of, it's more burgundy, I guess. So now I've got a burgundy one to use as well. So this one is the chili pepper, and then just give it a good stir, tip it out onto some paper towel, let it dry, and then you're ready to go. So we're going to use that today. And I have to put it back in here and try not to spill it. There we go. It's got lots of little bits of dust. You can just throw that out. You don't need to keep all of those little bits. So there we go. We've got our gorgeous red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I've got the space around, I thought what I would do is pour the red crushed glass in around the outside like that. I don't know what set my dogs off. Something. It's not exactly even, like I haven't got as much space there as I have down there, but I guess we can just move it. Press it down. Silicone sticks to silicone, but you will find that you will get a little bit of resin running underneath, but that won't matter. Hang on, I've got to sort these dogs out. By the time I get there, they will have stopped. Oh, they've stopped. Nope. Oh, goodness me. No, they've stopped. See, by the time I get down there, they've stopped. My husband's just left. He's gone out to wash his car or something, and they probably heard him and then got all worked up. I don't know. Righto, let's get on with this. So, actually, I might pour some of this into a little paper cup. Like that, because it's going to be difficult to pour in from there. So I'll put that there, and then I can do a little spout. So basically just going to fill up the edges with the red. Try not to get it onto my mold. So I'm basically taking it up to the top of the Druzy insert, which is still sitting below this particular mold. I'm not quite sure how deep it is, but it's deeper than my Druzy insert anyway. Whoops. Knew that was going to happen. I have to try and get them out. Maybe with the... That works. Look at that. That works. There's another little bit in there. I don't really want the glass on my Druzy because I'm going to mix up a little bit of very pale red with some glitter in it. I can't get rid of the tape now. And pour it over the top. But so I'm going to do this in a two-step process. I'm going to put the glass in, as you can see. Then I'm going to pour some clear over the glass. And then I'm going to wait for it to set for a few hours. And then I'm going to come back in and do the top coat in the slightly red color. So we'll see how it looks. See, I don't know whether or not that's any benefit of doing that, but I kind of wanted the red glass just to have clear on it. I thought that would look pretty. Just poke them down so that they're sitting level. So what's everyone doing for Valentine's Day? Anything exciting? Any new boyfriends or girlfriends out there? Any romantic dates happening? All right, here we go. I think that's done. So I'm using my, let's put that back in there. I have to find a container to put that in. I'm using my Platinum Ultra Clear for this, and I've got some here. I didn't really know how much to make up. I think I've made up way too much, but I have got a couple of other things that I can do with my resin, my leftover. So I'm just going to pour this in here because, again, I like having the little spout. And don't fill it up too much because then it all runs down the side like that. So just got to be careful if you're decanting into the little cups not to fill them up too much. All right, so here we go. Now we're just going to basically pour the clear over the red. Let it all sink down. And keep going just till it comes up to the same level as my Druzy insert. It's not exactly level because it's got all the, you know, the crystally bumps and things on it, so it's not exactly level. So if you see any big bits of glass poking up, you can just sort of poke them back down, but it's not going to matter because we're going to do a top coat in a little while. Okie doke, so don't worry about it too much. And resin is self-leveling, so I just don't want it to sort of run into there too much. It's a little bit running down the bottom there, but it's not too bad. I'll put that back in there. And you can see the bubbles that are coming up because there's lots of air trapped, you know, in that glass. So we will have to just keep torching for a little while. Look at my cute little torch that I got. Isn't he gorgeous? Because my other one broke again. So I've sent it back. So hopefully they'll give me a refund or send me another one. But I actually quite like this because it's only a little guy. It's got a cartridge in there, sort of like a lighter. And you just have to fill that up and then you put it in here. So you just have to fill that little thing up with butane. So all you do, like it's so easy, you just press that. So, and I can aim to where I want it to go instead of having something that's got a huge flame and then you're aiming somewhere and it's like burning your mold over there. So here we go. Let's just pop some bubbles so I can actually get in pretty close just where I want to go and not have to worry about touching my mold with the flame. I can just aim exactly where I want it to go. I thought those were bubbles, but they're actually stones sticking up. So I think what I'll do is, because some air is trapped in there, just give it a bit of a push down like this. It goes crunch, crunch, crunch. Just do it gently and try and get those bubbles that may be trapped in there to sort of come up to the surface by giving them a little bit of a push, a little helping hand. And then we can torch again. I think it's easier with me doing that. My thumb is not as easy for me. All right, so I'll leave it at that for now. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a top coat. So it's inspired by this one. Hopefully you would have seen me making these Druzy crystal can't talk this morning, coasters. It's really, really pretty and sparkly and gem-like. So it's crystally on that side and then smooth on that side, and then I've just put some silver around it. So we'll get something, I guess, similar to that, but it'll have a red tinge on it. I think I'll probably do the sides in silver as well. So you'll have one side which is smooth, and then the other side, with this one, it'll actually be indented. The heart will be indented. But you could use it, maybe if you wanted to use it that way, you could use it as a little tray, maybe put your jewelry on it, something like that. Otherwise, you could just use it like that. Or if you wanted to, like if you wanted to do the whole thing in once, like put the clear on top or the slight red tinge on top, you could wait a few hours and then mold it into like a trinket bowl. That would be really pretty as well. So there's lots of things you can do with this. I've only just made this one Druzy insert for myself, but I may make a few and put them in my eBay store if anyone's interested. Just let me know. So that's the sparkle white I'm going to use. I'm not sure which red I'm going to use, whether I'm going to use the same red as what's in there, the chili pepper, or whether I'll use a tint, because that's an alcohol ink and that's a resin tint. They're different. But I think I'll just do a really, really, really pale, just a hint of colour. Otherwise you won't see your crystal. I mean, don't even have to. You could just leave it as clear and put some sparkle in. See, that would look really pretty too. So, I don't know, maybe I should do that. That way it will have that really gorgeous dark red outer ring and then just the clear sparkle in the middle. See, that could be really pretty too. Oh, no, I don't know which way to do it. I'll have a think about it. I've got a few hours while that sets before I need to come and put a top coat on. So I'll be back and we'll do the top coat. Not sure which colour we'll do, but we'll do something. Let me see if I can show you this now that I'm over here on the back behind the camera. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? So sparkly and crystally, and then that's the other side, the smooth side. Gorgeous. This is a 6 coaster mold, geode coaster mold. It's in my eBay store if anybody's interested in that one. Love it. Right, I'll be back soon. So it's been a couple of hours only. The resin is sort of tacky still, like if you touch it, it's still sticky, but it's not soft enough that the colors are going to melt in together. So I want to get this done. Now, I'm not sure exactly if I want to use the Pinata chili pepper alcohol ink or this resin tint that I got from Resin, a little sample. I don't know. I'm just going to try a little bit in each of these little medicine cups just to see what the color's like. And then we'll make a decision. Okie dokes. Pop that there. And, oops, I better shake it. I don't know if you have to shake them or not. This is the Pinata. I'm just going to put a little bit on there because I don't know how much I need. I just don't want orange or I don't want pink. Okay, it's soaked into my stick. I'll put it against white so you can see. All right, let's do a drop. It just soaked into my stick. I mean, I want it red, but just not too red. Okay, so that's probably too red, but it is only a tiny bit of resin. But I just wanted to see the shade that I got from that. So that looks quite nice. All right, let's try the other one. Let's turn that over and use the other side of the stick. So this is a resin tint. It's not an alcohol ink. And it was a little sample that Susanna sent me. Get in there. Put the lid on that before I spill it. This is where you're wearing gloves, hey. These inks are just so messy. Okay, so that's a much redder colour. This one's more of an orange. Look at that. So I think I'm going to go with that one. I like that. So that can just sit over there. So I think it's a good idea just to test your resin first. Now obviously I don't want it very dark. Don't want it that dark. So let's pour this into here and see what we get. And I'll just wipe my little plastic medicine cup out with some paper towel, and then I can use him again for another project, like so. Beautiful. Okay, actually I won't use that stick just in case I don't want it so dark. Let's give that a stir around. Now it does look darker in here because it's deeper, but it won't be quite so dark on there. It's looking more pink. So let's do might just put a drop on there and then just kind of I was going to flick it in, but I missed. That way we don't kind of use it all. I'll just keep the rest on the stick there in case I want to add some more. I'm just going to add it really slowly because, you know, you can't take it away once it's in there. It's just looking a little bit too pink there. Actually, these are probably looking about, oh no, that one, you can see it's still looking orange, isn't it? You can see the difference when I put it up against the white. All right, let's pop the little stick in there and get all of that off. That little bit of colour that was on there. I ordered silicone brushes, last year, almost 3 months ago, and they have not turned up. I had to put in a claim because I haven't turned up. What do we do? Let's do a tiny bit more because I would have really liked some silicone sticks or brushes to actually brush the resin into all the little druzy nooks and crannies. But I think what I'll do is, because you don't want bubbles. Oh, I forgot to put my MAC Sparkle in. Okay, so I'm going to go with that one. I think that's going to be, I think that'll be fine. It doesn't matter if it's like a pinky red because it's, you know, it's Valentine's and I don't want to make it too dark. Now let's put a little bit of this sparkle white in. I'm just going to do a tiny bit to begin with because it does take over. And make sure that you stir it carefully because it can blow back up and get all over everything. Okay, that's alright. I might put a tiny little bit more in. That's it. So that is the Sparkle White, the Max Sparkle White from Colour Passion. I've also got the gold. Love them. That's just going to give me a little bit of sparkle. I'm tempted to put a little bit more red in here. Oh, a little tiny bit. Little tiny bit. You can hardly even see that. Just adding it so slowly, so carefully, because I want the transparency of it, you know, because otherwise you won't see your crystal, your little druzies. Put a decent drop in, woman. There we go. Decent drop in. Let's see what it's going to do. That'll be it. And again, it looks darker in there because it's deeper. Once you popped it out onto here, it's shallow, so it's not going to be quite as dark. And look at the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? It just gives it a little bit of sparkle. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of drizzle the resin in, just so that it can kind of go in inside all those little holes, little crevices, little caves. Get it all in there. And this is where I wanted my little silicone sticks, my little brushes, you see, so I could brush them all in. But other times when I've actually moved my stick through on my Druzy, all it did was bring up more bubbles. So I'm just going to drizzle it in, because I don't want bubbles. But I have put the little, the Max Sparkle in there. So if you do get any bubbles, the sparkle kind of camouflages it, because it's a little dot anyway, and you think, oh, is that a sparkle or is that a bubble? Like, you can't really tell. So if you're doing these almost transparent things, I think the sparkle's a really good idea, because you literally can't tell if it's a bubble or a sparkle. So, and of course it looks really pretty. Who doesn't like a bit of sparkle? I'm just drizzling this in. And once it's all covered, then I will pour some more in. Again, I didn't really know how much to make up, so I just made up. What did I do? I did 55 grams of A and 25 grams of B. You know, I'd rather have a little bit left over than not enough. Okay, so that's pretty much covered now. So let's give that a torch, and then we can pour the rest over, hey? It's looking pretty. I guess the thumb's better. It goes on a little while and then it turns off. I'm going to keep doing it. Maybe it's because I'm holding it horizontal. I don't know. Again, don't want to torch too much, you know, you don't want to damage your mold or your Druzy. And there's a bubble there, I can see it. Oh, got it! I got it! Oh, there's a bubble over there. Oh. That was probably a bit close. I was trying to get that bubble. There's two bubbles. I've just brought them up to the surface. There we go. Got them. Right, I hope I didn't damage my mold. Got a bit of smoke there. Could have just been from the resin though, I don't know. I'm just having a little close look and see if I can see any bubbles. So what you could do now is you could just wait for a few minutes for the bubbles to rise before you fill it up. And also don't stir that again, just let that be. Oops, I put it on a lock by mistake. Just let that be. You don't want to get bubbles in it. The bubbles will rise to the surface. So what do you think of the colour? It's a kind of a pinky red, isn't it? But it's certainly not orange. I don't mind that at all. You know, pink, reds, any sort of shades of reds are gorgeous for Valentine's. And I think if you had your center colour too close to the outer colour, you wouldn't see that difference in the two. I mean, I am going to make it thicker now by putting the rest on, so let's do that. Let's pour it on. I think I'm just going to pour on the outside here, and the resin can just flow into the middle if it wants to. Now I'm just going to push the resin to the outside there, make sure it's all touching the edge, because it's not touching over here, and I make sure I'm not going to overflow the mold. There we go. What about up here? No, it's not touching up here either. If you look across the surface like into a window or into a bright light, you'll be able to see if you've missed any areas. or if you've got any bubbles or if there's any hairs on it. Just pushing it all to the edges there. So don't want to miss any bits. All right, now when you're doing something like this, if you fill your mold right up to the top and it kind of domes like that on the edges, you're less likely to get a lip. Now this side's higher. I have got a pop stick under there, but I think I'm going to have to put another one under. And I do need to fill it up a little bit more because I can see bits of Druzy sticking out. I just need to check my heights here. Bear with me. Yeah, this side needs to be lifted up a touch. What can I put under there? It's not enough for a pop stick. So a bit of cardboard. These are great, these paint chip cards. They're really handy. I use them for swiping and I use them for leveling. Like if you only need a little bit of leveling, you can just put a couple of bits of paper down. So let's do these two and see how that goes. So I'm just going to lift up my board here and put it on top of my stick that I've already got. There we go. See how that goes. Because this side I can see it's touching like it's full, whereas that side's not. Actually, I'll probably do another one. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Get my levels right. Okay, how's that? Give it a minute to level itself. Now I haven't got much left actually. I hope I've got enough to actually cover these little bits of silicone Druzy that are sticking through. Some little bits are higher than others. I might have to actually trim little tips off. Bits that are sticking up a bit higher than everything else. Now that's all my resin gone. I'm going to get a tiny bit more out. Now I'm just looking at my levels again. It's doming on this side and that side's not. All right, I'm just going to see if I can get a tiny bit more out. Because there's that little bit that's sticking out there. Gee, I only made just enough, didn't I? Kind of need this bit back now. But look how orange it is. It's hard to tell with the alcohol inks sometimes. Alright. That's it. That's all my resin gone. Let me just throw that out. And I'm going to wipe my hands and then I'm going to give it another torch. So once this is cured, I can pull that Druzy heart out and then we should have this gorgeous crystal effect underneath. Why does it keep turning off? Maybe I'm like shaking it too much. I'll go slower, see if that works. Because normally, I haven't got it on there. Normally I go like this, but it obviously doesn't like being shooken up. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to come back and torch it in 5 minutes. Now there's a tiny little bit of Druzy silicone that's sticking up there. I'm actually just going to get my sharp scissors, my little pinchers, and I'm just going to snip that off. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the great unmolding, hey? Right. Can't wait. That's going to be so exciting. All right. I will see you guys then. If I can turn it off. I can't. I have to take my glove off. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I'm back. Now normally I wouldn't unmold until the next day, but I thought because I have to peel the Druzy insert out, I thought maybe it would be better to do it, oh gee, how many hours has it been? I don't even know. But the same day, just later on in the day. It's set, so I just thought maybe it would be easier to do it that way. So let's have a look, see if I can get it out. Just be careful with the edges, just in case the edges are still a bit soft. But I've filled it up pretty much to the top, so I shouldn't have any, oops, not sticking, are you? I shouldn't have any little rim there to have to sand. Oh, no, it's okay. I thought it was going to stick, but it's just that little tiny bit of overflow there that was catching on it. And you know how I was worried about the colour? I was thinking because the red is on a white Druzy, it's probably looking a little bit pink too. Don't you think? Because of the white Druzy. So here we go. Let's get that off. Yay! Look, came out perfectly. All right, now let's have a look at the back. Oh, have we got some overflow? Oh, a little bit. Okay, but this is why I thought it'd be best to take it out now while it was maybe a little bit softer. I don't know whether it's any softer at all, but it's going to peel back. It's a little bit hard to see where it is exactly. So these little snippers are really great. They're little cuticle snippers. You can sort of snip the end like that and get that started, and then that just kind of peels off. So they're very handy. Just got to be careful not to obviously snip. Oh, that's off. You've got to be careful not to snip your Druzy, but you can just snip the edges like that of the silicone, and it comes off really easily. Look at that. And just feel where there's some. It's a bit hard to see where it is. There's some down here in this bottom little corner. See, I just lifted it up like that with the edge of my little scissors. So I'll get all that off first. And I just thought it would be easier just to do before, you know, it's set totally hard. And it is. I'm just lifting it really, and it's popping off all on its own. Like so. I guess you could just run your nail around it too. That works. Just running your nail around the edge like that. That catches all the little loose bits. I think we're just about done, you guys. So just loosen all that. Okay, so that's done. There's our little bits. Not too many of them. Oops, I missed a bit up here. Missed this top bit. Can you guys let me know, do you prefer the Druzy inserts that are like straight on the sides, so that it leaves, you know, that straight edge, or do you prefer the ones that are kind of rounded, and then you get this sort of more sloping edge? Do you know what I mean? Like those of you that have worked with Druzys, like I make both, but I'm just wondering, like I want to make some more. I'm just wondering what would be better. What would you prefer? The ones with the straight edges that are, you know, the same thickness all the way around, or the ones that are sloping on an angle? So let me know what you think in the description down below, and then I can make some more. Those are quite sharp. All right, here we go. Look at the edges. Oh, got a bubble there. Oh, a bubble. It's a decent thickness. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to pull that up with my thumb. I don't want to put it down though, in case it gets dented on something. What could I put it on? Put a paper towel for a sec. Just sit there for a minute. A good way to get it started too is just with your little skewer, and just kind of get in there just carefully with the skewer and just lift the top like so, until you've got it like that. Okay, are we ready? Let's do this. Let's do it. Love that crunching, crackling noise that it makes. Oh, look at that. It's coming out just perfectly. Wow. It's out. Perfect. There it is. Beautiful. And there it is. Look at that. Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Got some transparency there. I guess I could have made it a bit paler. Is paler a word, or is it more pale? It's Druzy crystal. Let me see if I can show it to you nice and close up. Look at those crystals. Well, they're not real crystals, but they look like crystals. So, as I said earlier, you can use that as a tray because it's got that little lip around. And you can use it as a little trinket bowl. You can put your jewellery in it. You can leave it at the front door, throw your car keys in it. Let's have a look at the other side, shall we? Oh, now that is where the magic happens. Look at that. Wow. That is so pretty. So this is the nice, smooth, shiny top. So you could have it like that. Put something on it. I don't know, which side would you use? You could even use that side and, you know, put candles in it. Any little trinkets that you want. It's so pretty. What do you think? Do you like it? Maybe next time I'll add a little bit more silver, or add some silver to it. But I think I'll go around the edge with my silver pen. I don't think there's anything to actually sand, because let's have a look across the top here. Let me move everything out of the way. Have a look across the top. And you can see there's no lip there at all, because I domed the resin. See how there's no lip at all. It's smooth, it's not sharp. It's really pretty. Look at that. Perfect surface. Alrighty, let me go and get my silver pen. Hang on one sec. That's it there. Deco Color Premium. I love the Deco Color one. And now I'll probably do it later, like colour in all the side, but for now I just want to go across the top edge here just to see what it's going to look like with a bit of silver on it, just to add that little bit of bling. What do you think? Do you like that? So just sort of putting the tip half on the top and half on the side, and then you can just follow that little straight line all the way down. Try not to touch the paint. I guess it's paint, isn't it? Try not to touch it. Smudge it. There's a little bit there I could have sanded. I can still do it. You don't notice these things until after you've gone over it with the silver and you think, oh yeah, there's a little bump there. I can still sand it later though. But I don't want to paint the whole thing now because I want to sit it so that it can still cure overnight. There we go. I just wanted to see what that looked like with the silver edge. And then of course if you're using that side, you might want to paint the inside edge and the outside edge. I might actually do that just to see what it looks like. And we can see which side we want to use, because I do like them both. Got me yabbering on for almost 10 minutes. Let me know which side you prefer, and yeah, let me know if you prefer the Druzy inserts like with this straight edge. See how it's smooth on the edges? Or do you prefer, I don't know if I've got one here actually to show you. No, I don't. I don't have one here. Look at this one though. Look, I made this one. Look how chunky that is. So that's my normal Druzy. crystal. This is a big, thick, chunky one. Give you a big crystal look. Haven't used that one yet. I'll have to try it out. All right, so anyway, there it is. There is our gorgeous little heart, or big heart, I should say. Let me know which side you prefer, that side or that side. And I'll let it dry. I'll just set it down there to dry overnight. And I'll see you for the next video. I'll set it up outside tomorrow in the sunshine and take a photo of it. So, hope you've enjoyed that. And I'll see you for the next video. Okay, bye for now.